If you driving the S550 and you got a 5-bedroom crib and you only got $40,000 on your life insurance and you got a wife and 3 kids,
you are wrong.
You are a selfish motherfucker. Yo, what's good, man? Welcome to another episode of the Hustle Lounge podcast, starting your boy Hustle.
What's good, y'all? We back with another one, man. Hustle Chill. We back. Hustle Smarter, Hustle Lounge podcast, man. Y'all know what to do. Tap in.
I like this energy right here, and especially in the beginning of the show.
We turned, baby.
It's a good vibe tonight.
We where we need to be. What's good with you, though, family?
Yeah, we here to drop some more gems, per usual.
Before we get that started, man, follow the YouTube, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Y'all know what to do.
And when you subscribe, throw them notifications on so that way you can get that ting ting every time we drop something. So every time we drop something, which is going to be every Wednesday at a minimum,
yeah,
you can at least know that it's coming. We got some. Yo, we recorded some fire earlier.
Facts.
Yeah, me and my man's Jay. Shout out to Jay George. We were sitting here kicking and trying to do the audio visual checks, and he just started quizzing me, yo. So I had to hit record. That one ain't got no video on it, but we're gonna drop that. Like the questions he asked, I'm something like the best ever did it and got away with it. Like my bars is crazy.
What you talking about, bars? My rap bars?
I'm talking about every time I speak.
I'm about to say spit something then.
Nah, we gotta work, yo.
We'll lose all our subscribers.
Chris, you wish you had these bars.
Hey, y'all, we're gonna talk about life insurance, man. I don't think us collectively as a culture know a lot about life insurance. We don't know the importance of it. Ain't nobody really gave us the game on life insurance. Episode that me and Graham spoke about probably some months ago, but condolences to Graham. He lost a loved one, and his loved one actually did have life insurance. So I'm sure he can speak on how that benefited and made the grieving process a little bit easier because people weren't stressed out running around trying to figure out how they was going to put their loved one to rest in a decent way. We'll let you start off.
I did lose my grandfather about 3 weeks ago. March 4th to be exact. He did have life insurance. It wasn't an extensive policy from my knowledge to where it was ain't nobody about to go buy a ranch off his money, but at least he was able to be put in the ground honorably, have his ceremony with it. He go out in style. So yeah, life insurance is very important. You should have it. I mean, really, ultimately, death is undefeated. No matter how much we don't want to talk about it, how much we don't want to have to deal with it, or how much we try to avoid it. I mean, only thing guaranteed is death and taxes. And if you don't pay your taxes, the man gonna wish you made. He gonna make you feel like you wish you paid him. So, the best thing you can do at keep it, especially if you got children, is to have life insurance policy because you have to be able, at a minimum, to bury yourself. And us as men. Black men, strong black men. We normally are the breadwinner in our house. So we need to be able to replace our salary at least by 4 times. So if we were to pass away today, God forbid, our life insurance policy would be 4 times our annual salary.
So life insurance will be able to support our family when we pass away.
Yeah. That's why if you do it 4 times, that eliminates the wife or the kids
having to go broke to put you in the ground.
It's past the ground. It don't cost you about $15,000 to put you in the dirt.
Your family still got to keep going after they bury you. Sorry to say that, but bills still got to get paid.
Right. The man don't care that you died.
So it's a cushion. Yeah, it's a cushion.
Yeah, so if you do 4 times your annual salary, in a sense, if you look at it for at least a year, your family, as in your kids and your wife,
it'd be like you never was lost.
Yeah, they can still live the same lifestyle.
Right.
Which ultimately they're going to have to make decisions because you're not here anymore. But they have some
wiggle
cushion, some leeway. You feel me? Yeah, for sure.
So let me ask you, what happens if somebody don't have life insurance? What happens then?
The stats say 42% of us will go broke within 6 months of our significant other passing if you don't have life insurance. So that's what's gonna happen. Because you literally can't replace a whole person's income by yourself. They say the average person make between 28 to 35. If with the household two people, now you with 70. That person gone, now you back to 35. Like, it's how you gonna replace that? And granted, everybody think they gonna live to 60, 70, 80. Ain't nothing guaranteed. And people who under 40 ain't even thinking sometimes, or under 30 ain't even thinking the longevity. They ain't even thinking this far out. So we want to just shift that mindset to prepare. What Graham like to say, prepare for war in a time of peace, right?
Man, it is that, right? So with the life insurance and burying your loved ones, a lot of that money going to caskets, they go into the funeral home, they go to the viewing session. I think that's all necessary.
Personally, I think we have to look at life insurance. I think we got to look at life insurance past the burial and the past covering the furniture. I mean, the funeral cost. We got to look at it as another way to build generational wealth. You can get your policy as much as you want. You just got to be able to make that monthly payment, but you can get it for as much as you want. Some people use their life insurance to set their kids up to go to college for free. Mm-hmm. It's just all of how you strategize to use it. And what I'm saying, if the normal person, if the small-minded person only want to use it just for their funeral, I ain't gonna say small-minded, but if you only want to get enough just to carry your funeral, that's your choice. But if you want to get enough to set your kids up or set your wife up or set generations down the line up, then that's the price you're gonna pay for it. And hopefully everything goes well.
Yeah, that's a fact, yo. Because like, all right, if I was single, I would only probably have like 20,000. Because ultimately, I don't take care of nobody.
Right.
So yeah, so if I pass, it's enough to put me in the ground. Right. Maybe get you a little meal or something.
Yeah.
But it ain't my, you know what I mean? I ain't really here to take care of you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now with a wife and a daughter, my life insurance need to be at an extensive level because
we need premium.
When Big Dog leave, like they already got enough to deal with when Big Dog ain't around. At least I can do is make sure that blow is eased a little bit as far as the financial side, because they're gonna be, grieving grieving don't stop.
Correct.
It's actually a couple levels of grieving. We might have to do an episode on that because you have to. I don't want to get in that. I might break down, but like in that aspect of it, that's what he was saying. Generational wealth. If you make 100 a year, you need to have 400 in life insurance. Because in a perfect world, your significant other not gonna, they got a lot going on. They got the kids, they still trying to go back to work.
Yeah.
With the exception of our situation with military, to where you gonna get your days and go back, but you always got to put all those pieces in play, and that's why it's imperative that and it starts generational wealth. The great Master P started his empire from his grandfather's $20,000 life insurance policy. Mm-hmm. Took 10 and never looked back.
Yeah,
make him say, nah. So I think we overlook the importance of something as little as that. And I'm gonna tell y'all some real shit. And it threw me off, but my pop, he had life insurance. I don't know what he gonna leave me. I don't want him to go nowhere, but I know eventually one of us gonna go, whether I go first and he don't, or he do. I'm just in tune with death and how it works. But he kept hitting me like, yeah, I gotta go back and get a life insurance, and I'm back with another adjuster, and he was doing all this. I'm like, why? And he said some real shit, yo, and this is 1,000. Shout out to Pops. He said, yo, I got a granddaughter now. I had to adjust my policy.
I'm happy you said that. Go ahead, continue.
Like, when he said that, though, it's like granddaughter. My granddaughter got to be straight in case I perish. Because ultimately, it ain't even about me no more. Mm-hmm. And I know I'm still in the policy.
Right.
But now, like, that's a real man's man to feel like I have to take care of my grandkids. So let me upgrade my policy. And when you look at it that way, like, my dad's income doesn't account for anything that I do.
Right.
But he basically on some, like, when I leave, my granddaughter gonna be fired.
Facts.
Like, that's tough. I thought that was
that.
like the hardest shit I've seen in a long time.
I'm definitely.
That was gangster.
My pop did it too.
Shout out to Graham.
He took it out for both my kids. I remember we had the conversation about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's real, 100%. Because he still got only got me. He got 2 other kids, but he said, "All right, I need a policy for his grandkids, 2 of them." You know what I'm saying? And that's real. Like you said, that's a man's man. That's a man I aspire to be when I get to that age. You know, we on the way working up there, taking them shoes.
I ain't nowhere close, yo.
we trying to fill them shoes. We trying to fill them shoes, man.
But you know, the great book, man, whether you believe in whatever you believe in, and I ain't here to make you go to church. The good book, the Bible states that a wise man or a great man leaves an inheritance for his children's children, or something of that nature. Don't quote me, y'all. I might be a little off, but if you in the Bible, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And when I heard that makes so much sense. And that's why I tell people all the time, like, in a sense, we become martyrs. Because ultimately we live our lives. Like, I ain't even gonna say it out loud, I'm getting old, but you know, I'm that age, right? And grand scheme of things, yo, I've done everything I ever wanted to do.
Yeah.
Good, bad, and different.
Yeah.
At the point now, everything I do is for my kids. Exactly. Because I'm off the grid. This for my kids. Everything you did for the come on, man. Stop playing easy.
Hey, that generational wealth. Stop what you're doing right now, man. Hit that like button, man. What's a comment? Let us know how we doing. Appreciate y'all.
Chris, we got to do a part 2. There is term life insurance, and then there's whole life insurance.
We can get that right now.
I'd rather have a professional, but it sounds like you've done your homework. Let's talk about it.
Term life insurance provides coverage for a limited period, typically between 1 to 30 years. Often, this is the least expensive life insurance option. Predictable premiums and a guaranteed death benefit. If you choose term life insurance, your beneficiary will only receive the death benefit as outlined in your contract after your death. This type of policy does not carry a cash value or investment component, and you cannot borrow against it or withdraw from it while you're alive. So basically, to sum the term up, the coverage is 1 to 30 years, and you can always extend it after it ends if you're still alive. It's the cheapest option. The premium of what you're going to get paid is already probably almost set. You're going to get the guaranteed death benefit no matter how you die. And then for this one, this is like, you can't, like it said, you can't borrow against it or use the money to invest. Because some people use it, have a life insurance policy, and then they take some money out to invest it, and then they put it back when they pay it back. Then I got permanent life insurance, right? This coverage lasts for your entire life. Flexible premium payment options with a guaranteed death benefit. So they both got the guaranteed death benefit. And then you have an opportunity to access the policy's cash value before death. That's when I say you could take the money out and borrow against it or use it to invest in something. And the way to find out which life insurance for you, you get an insurance agent or a broker. To find a good policy or a good company, you always want to check their licensing. You want to check the customer reviews. You want to shop around. You want to check the button on discounts.
Ultimately, when you're financial literate and you're financially free, you can use whatever avenue that works for you.
Right.
Remember we had the joint the other day, it was a while ago, where bro said he buy everything out of his whole life insurance policy, buy his cars and everything, borrow the money from his policy as a loan and just pay it back on his life insurance policy. So there's a lot of ways to skin the cat.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to manipulate the game.
I think the biggest thing we need to tell the people, though, without trying to sway them on what needs to be bought, you need life insurance.
Facts. You need it. It's a must. Get it.
I just don't understand how people will insure a cell phone.
They insure their dog.
An iPad.
The dog.
A 2001 Camry.
With no emblem on the front.
No leather. Right? Like, they will insure everything but themselves.
Because,
I mean, ultimately, let's keep it G. And it is a touchy subject. I don't like thinking about it, but it is what it is. Death is undefeated.
Yeah, it's inevitable.
The motherfuckers is 1 million and oh.
Yeah.
But you got to think too in this mindset. And I want everybody that's listening, especially if you're not in the mindset, to capitalize from the Airbnb course.
One more time.
If you ain't in the mindset or if you ain't in a position to capitalize on the Airbnb course, $99. We got Klarna and Afterpay. We got everything you need to make sure you can pay it. I might do a free giveaway just to make sure you get there. But if you can't execute after the Airbnb course to start generating some income, right? Let's just stop there. If you can't do a side hustle because of whatever you got going on to generate some income for our generational wealth, let's stop there. If you just don't have the discipline to stop buying bullshit and handle your handles, at a bare minimum, you should have a life insurance policy.
You definitely have a life insurance policy because some people, instead of paying for life insurance policy monthly, they're going to pay for some rims monthly, a cell phone monthly. They pay for everything monthly.
Sex monthly.
Netflix, Hulu,
Pornhub Live.
You know what I'm saying? Monthly.
Right, and you can get you can get a policy as cheap as $20 a month.
So I'm saying, but they pay for Netflix, Spotify, Apple, everything. These monthly payments, HBO, Stars.
See, I don't even like when the insurance company say life insurance.
Why not?
It should be life guaranteed. It's a guarantee.
It's guaranteed because it's coming.
It's a guarantee, yo. No man knows the hour of the time, but your ass is gonna go to the upper room, lower room.
You ain't gonna take Netflix with you or Amazon, Hulu. Ain't nothing that going with you, but your family be straight if you got life insurance.
I'll tell you right now, majority of black families, when somebody passed, they crying because they lost their family member.
Fact.
But they really crying because they don't know how they're gonna pay them bills.
Without life insurance, a lot of families start to beef with each other because they're looking for money to start paying for funeral costs, viewing costs.
Can we hit up one more topic on that?
For sure.
Black people, when auntie, uncle, and them crying on the front row, and your son crying on the front row at your funeral, they crying because they miss you. They crying like, damn, man, how we gonna pay for all this shit? So what happens? This is where the generational wealth, this is where black people continue to struggle as a whole for a living, is because what? Uncle and them raise some money, probably take some money off a credit card, probably take out a loan to bury you, and then they have to pay that loan back while they're still trying to do already what they've been doing, which is probably living check to check. So you're putting everybody in a bad predicament where you can just leave them with some money, at least leave enough money to bury you and get bills paid. If you don't want to make nobody, $1,000 there or $10,000 there when you pass away, teach his own. At least bury yourself and pay your bills.
Can we get a will?
Can we get a will?
Black people, please do a will.
Oh, for sure. Always.
Because if you got your life insurance policy right and everybody's taken care of, meaning they got their palms greased while you go ahead and go in the dirt, nobody knows who get what. You gotta have that will.
Right.
And ultimately, I'm about to write my joint out. I pray God spare my life because we never know. I pray He spare my life so I can at least write my will out. Because I got some paid off assets. Shout out to Chris on assets in life. Shout out to Earn You Leisure. But I got some assets and I need to make sure they're distributed properly.
Correct.
It is important that you have a will and you can have a living will, meaning you can change it as long as you're breathing. Write your will out. I got to do mine. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I got to do mine because, God forbid something happened to me and I go before my mother. She coming to get everything. Yeah, she don't want the car. Yeah. So we got to have all that written out.
Yeah, you don't want no turmoil in the family once we lost.
Well, at the end of the day, now we can do about it.
Oh, yeah, we gone. So it's going to be what it is, but we can prevent it. We can prevent it. For real, though.
Yo, it's important, yo. You got to have that will, but at a minimum, please, 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 if you're listening to anything I say, and this is coming from someone who lost
a loved one,
a great aunt on 1 week, then I lost a second cousin the following week. On a Thursday, I lost a great aunt on the same Thursday, and I lost my grandfather 8 hours later.
And he's here right now talking to y'all right now, y'all.
So I would tell you, I don't know my great aunt situation. Everybody was smiling, so I would say that she might have had her stuff together too. Shout out to my Papa Frank though. I mean, his policy wasn't huge. I thought I would be able to get a Mercedes or something.
That's $550.
I mean, he got 17 grandkids, so I would be greedy.
Ooh, you was about to get nothing but a car seat.
Shout out, and I'm laughing about it to make it light, but shout out to Pop, yo. The best feeling was, especially now that I'm in a position to, loan or lend or pay for something like financial side. It was a great feeling that in that time of pure disbelief, that little bit of sun through that storm was, well, Pop got life insurance, and the worst thing they said was like they might not get paid till like 2 days after the funeral, before the funeral, which is cool.
Right.
He had the policy. They had the paperwork with the policy. I mean, he was able to be put in the ground honorably. And respect. As a man, I'm going to respect that 1,000%.
Much love.
Now, did I want 10 acres and a mule? Absolutely. But, it's definitely, it made the blow easier though.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
Like I said, I'm at the point now to where family members could have said, hey, this is what we need, what you got on it. And for Pop, I wasn't going to spare no expense.
Right.
Luckily, as a man, and I think that part of being, he didn't put us in that position.
As a man, keyword, as a man.
He didn't put us in that position. Rest in peace to that nigga, man. For real.
Big facts.
What's up, though? What else you got, Chris?
I think we hit everything, man. Especially adding the will in there, because that's important. If you leave all that bread, you gotta disperse it so you can leave the turmoil out, the arguments, the fight, because niggas get grimy about that bread. And,
you get greedy, you gotta disperse your assets.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Who you want to add?
Crib to brother Charles,
right.
100,000, and my daughter Emily.
Right, it just makes it simple.
Nobody. The thing is when you gone, we can't ask you what you thought you wanted to do.
Right.
Yeah.
No, you want to be.
I don't want.
Laid out.
I want to be able to open up that paper
and be like, boom, ABC. You get this, you get that.
Make sure that you got your life insurance. Make sure the policy is commensurate with your lifestyle.
Facts.
If you're driving the S550 and you got a 5-bedroom crib and you only got $40,000 on your life insurance and you got a wife and 3 kids,
you are wrong.
You are a selfish motherfucker.
Sell out, sucker,
hoe ass nigga, bitch. Make sure your life insurance matches your lifestyle.
Yeah.
Make sure your life insurance exceeds your lifestyle.
My goal with this channel is to reach the unreachable, give hope to the hopeless, and then just maybe educate some who just don't know. Get life insurance. It's get it. But don't use that as your only wealth building or your only legacy that you want to leave.
When I leave, I want them to not only maintain their lifestyle, but upgrade it. If we had the S550, my life insurance policy is going to allow you to drive a Bentley. Ooh. Because I think with me being gone, you need to be able to, shit make you feel better. I don't care what nobody say.
They're going to lease it.
I hope not.
No, Colin.
Shout out to y'all. If they lease it, I'm going to hunt their ass. I left you enough to go pay for it cash. Now you're going to go be a slave. Harriet Dubin. Ooh.